That was fantastic. And so now you're about to see the power of Mantle the Wolf. They don't have a 1 mana 4 damage spell to this green source here, so we just get an 8/8. Swinging for 8. Good game, friendo. I'm just gonna hold up Red Cat melee if we had to, but we didn't have to there. Good game. I believe in the cleave. Annex that thing up and swing. How's it going, y'all? TotsFan920, and today we're back at it with some MTGA standard action. This time we got some more Gruul Aggro and Theros, but we got a few different additions here that make the deck quite a bit different than last time. So let's talk about it. For first off, in the 2-drop slot, we have 8 2-drops now. We have still the full playset of Zertog Goblin and 4 of Robber the Rich. Robber the Rich came up pretty big at Worlds this weekend, showing up in the sideboard of Team of Red decks and the main deck of Mono Red decks. Just being able to occasionally get that card advantage and snipe some cards from your opponent. Not only gives you card advantage, but also when you take those away and exile them, you kind of have some information about what their top decks are, or what they can and can't draw anymore. So say if there's a card that you may know the list of decently well, and you draw one of theirs, you may know that card's taken out, that kind of thing. So it's kind of nice to get that card advantage and just take things away from them when you're playing this. We still have the 2 of Domri's Ambush, 10 different 2-drop kind of cards here. 3-drop slot, we changed some things up as well. Still a 2 of Domri, Anarch, and Bolas here. I still like this card in a lot of situations. We're now playing 2 of Annex, Hardened in the Forge. Annex was a house for Mono Red. Being able to protect yourself against board wipes is really big. And, you know, Gruul has that size that can go a little bit bigger than Mono Red a lot of times. But you're still kind of weak and prone to board wipes when you play the control matchups. So having an Annex here both gives you the size that you need to go over the top of some people, but the resilience and durability to be able to withstand a board wipe also. The weirdest thing we're adding here, 2 Mantle of the Wolf. This was in a 5-0 list that was on MTGA the other day that the Gruul Aggro list ran. And I kind of had to look at the card again because I've not really played with it other than I'm limited a little bit. This is a 4-mana Aura enchantment, which usually you never want to play. Enchantment creature gets +4/+4 when Mantle of the Wolf is pulled into a graveyard from the battlefield. Create 2 2/2 green wolf tokens. So we're talking about Annex providing some resiliency. This is more of that. This gives you a sizable body that even you can put this on a 2/2 creature, for instance. Now you got a 6/6. That's a huge difference there. You can really start beating in. We have stuff like Gruul Spellbreaker with Trample that you can put this on. And this just really lets you size up out of the way of burn spells. And then say if somebody has to remove it, even if they use a Brazen Bar to bounce your creature, this was already on the battlefield, so it goes in the graveyard. You get 2 2/2 green wolf tokens, which helps your Embercleaves later on. So I've cut down to 3 Embercleaves. I don't know if that's right. I mean, I feel like you always want to play 4. The list I saw had 2, and I just couldn't do 2, so I'm settling on the middle ground of 3 here. Otherwise, this is pretty much it. Sideboard-wise, 2 Claim the Firstborn. This thing has been a house when I played Mono Red, and I think a lot of those same matchups where it was really good, just to be able to take their board, sack their stuff, kill them. 2 Red Cat melee for any of the red matchups or the mirrors. 3 Mystical Repeal for anything playing the Banishing Lights and things of that nature. 2 Lava Coral, 2 Unchained Berserker, 2 Brontodon, and 2 Shifting Ceratops. So without further ado, let's take this in a rank. Let's see how it goes. I'm feeling pretty good about this one. Hopefully it goes well. Let's go. Alright, first game of the day here is against Roberto Fava. Roberto Fava, we're on the draw. Opening hand is 6 lands at Pelt Collector. No thank you. Don't really like this either. Bonecrusher, we'll keep this even though we don't like it. Actually, we probably just don't need a second Embercleave. This at least ensures we hit our land drops for like a Questing Beast. So that's good there. The Bonecrusher is nice because it's both a 2-drop and a 3-drop, so even though you're keeping 2 cards there, it still doesn't feel as bad. They'll definitely get the trigger off this Robber the Rich, so yowie wowie there. Here, I think we just don't have anything. I'm just going to hold a Bonecrusher for now. See if we want to play an Annex first. If they do, I'll stomp their Robber. So Annex coming down, so that way I can stop this, make sure they don't get that trigger. They exiled a land of ours, which is good. Now I can play a Zertog Goblin or Bonecrusher Giant. I think I'll just play the Bonecrusher Giant here. I've seen some lists running Scorching Dragonfire now, so that would hurt a Zertog either way, so I might as well just play this, be more mana efficient. That way next turn I can play Zertog and Bonecrusher. I'll take this trade if you know if they want to pump it up they can. If they play Infuriate, we're a little punished here, but otherwise, yeah, that's all day we'll take that trade. And this is a good thing about Gruul is you have the sizing to match up with red really well. So right on curve, we've actually drawn really, really well considering the hand we had to keep there at the start. Questing Beast coming down. Torbran. Okay. Torbran is annoying. Luckily, Embercleave is a pretty good card. Let's go ahead, get the swing on. They can't do anything about it, so let's go ahead and get this up. Swing 10. They got to have an answer this next turn. If they attack with anything, we're not blocking, so let's see how this goes. Fervent Champ ain't going to do it. Anarch ain't going to do it either. That will provide a blocker, which is frustrating. But just the trample damage is enough to do the job here. So they can only block. Yeah, they can only block with their Anarch. So trample damage will get this through. And the beauty of Death Touch and Trample is that all goes through. Anarch can die. Doesn't matter. Carry on, Questing Beast. Carry on. Good game 1, beating Mono Red on the draw. Let's go to sideboard. So sideboard against Mono Red, 2 Red Cap melee, 2 Claim the Firstborn, and 2 Lava Coil can come in. Thrashy Bronodon is also a consideration here. So let's think here. On the draw, we'll take out the Rob of the Rich. It's much better on the play. They also have too many answers for Pelt Collector, so we don't really want that. So I think I'll also bring in the Brontodon, just because it has the big butt, and you can sack it to Gloop and Embercleave. Otherwise, I think I'm picking up what we're putting down here. The Domri's Ambush may be a little bit wonky here. But I still think it's okay just late in the game as a big removal spell and buff our creature. So let's go with this. So game 2 against Roberto. Gruul Aggro. Let's see if we can't smack him down again. See if we can draw a hand that doesn't have 6 lands in the opener. I mean, I don't love it, but we'll keep it. We have the Lava Cool and the Stomp here, which is pretty important. And it just takes 1 green source to kind of make this hand Gasolina. So let's see how they stomp us down here. I guess I shouldn't say stomp us down, considering Stomp's the card. They're going to swing in for 4 here. Good start by them. Much better than last. Hey, that was my green source I needed, you jackass. And, you know, right on time, we will draw a double green spell. So we'll hold up Stomp here, save the Lava Coil for... So they're not playing Annex here. I think we go ahead and stomp the Robber the Rich. Infuriate me and blow me out, buddy. So they probably have light up the stage here, I'd imagine. Though they shouldn't play their land if that was the case. But we've done that too. Stinking, okay. Can we get a land? A green... Oh, baby. Okay. So... I can prioritize killing the Steamkin, or I can play a creature down. I think I just want to have this down as a 4/4. If we draw another land, we can have this Mantle the Wolf down on it, which is nice. Or we can just Bonecrusher and Lava Coil. They're getting priority here, which means they probably have a Rimrock Knight. Annoying, but not a huge deal. If they swing in with both of these, I'll block the Scorch Spitter because them getting into plus the Steamkin there and kill us would be a little bit frustrating. Then maybe we just want to take care of the Steamkin anyway. Let's see what they do. So I'm fully expecting this to die in some kind of trade-off here. But if they want to, like, they're going to have to double spell this somehow. Rimrock Knight 1. They got it again. Yeah, like, that's fine. You still get to pump that up twice, but in the end, like, it's still a 1-for-1 trade. Unless they got some shenanigans. Oh, okay. So I guess they do that just so they can take the counters off and play a Rimrock Knight. That's fine. Now we know most of their hand. So here, this is a bit frustrating. If they draw a 1-drop, they can kind of play everything out. So we may just want to... Actually, I think we just play the Annex here. Leave us back as a blocker. This gives them potential to pop off here. So they can play both their spells now, which they could anyway. Let's see what... So it all comes down to what that last card is. If it's like an Annex or something, then that really sucks, but... do we take 7 for now? Or do we just block this off? I think I'm trying to preserve my life total here so I can trade with this. And this 1/1 can still attack through the Rimrock Knights later on. Not drawing lands is a bit frustrating. Do we just Lava Coil now? We're kind of getting screwed by our mana here. Like, if we draw the lands here, I think we're well in position to win this game. Let's go ahead and attack here because it can't block anyways. And I think I just play this for now as a body. Kind of force them to have an answer to take care of it. I'll happily trade here if they attack. They top deck Embercleave. Well done, friendo. So we'll go ahead, concede here. Just not hitting our lands there. Sucks to suck. That's what happens sometimes. When the mono red deck draws better than you, not much you can do there. So on the play, how much do we want to change here? Like, if anything, our deck gets a little bit better on the play because getting access to Domri's Ambush a little bit earlier is nice. We may want a number 2 drops here, but I don't know of anything I really want to take out. I think I'll take out one. No, let's just leave it as this. Let's go with it. So, game 3 against Roberto. Let's see if we can't draw more than 3 lands. That was like a really reasonable key. No, it was the double red, but still. This is actually a good hand. It's just aggravating. We'll ditch a mountain here. We got Stomp. I mean, we got a 2-3-4 curve. Just the Mana God's not playing well with us here. 6 land and opener 2 different times in a row, and then that game I can't get past 3. Especially when I had a beautiful hand. Fervent Chant coming down. Red Cap Melee is a good sight to see. One of the best cards in this matchup. Yes, let's go ahead and do this now. No blockers. Let's see if we can get them to use something here. Let's see what they got. If they play a Steamkin, I want to stomp that first. Okay. What's the follow-up, friendo? So, semi-punish there. Oh, nothing else? Well, in that case, stomp. They're going to waste one of these. Not waste, I guess I shouldn't say, but Domri is a good card. So I think here, this will be a 2-3. So if they just play that out, we can still just Domri fight and go about our day. So I'll actually just play this Bonecrusher here. Leave the Spellbreaker back for another time. Cool. So let's... I've also got to assume they probably have removal for this. Have this fight here before it gets big. I don't know. I'm gonna hold back here though, just that way they it's forcing them to use the removal of one of these 2 things here. Missing a land drop again. We do have 2 Red Cat Melee, which is fantastic. If their whole turn is taking care of Bonecrusher Giant and then attacking in, we've been lava cold. Can we please hit a land? Please. Thank you. So here I think we just play Questing Beast out here. Questing Beast can attack in and provide a clock. Can't be blocked by them. Even if they play a Torbran next turn, we just Gruul Spellbreaker and Red Cap Melee go about our day. So I almost hope they play Torbran here. That'd be fantastic. Any attacks they have here, I'm not blocking. Because I don't want to risk getting this Questing Beast getting blown out here. We're going to win the race as it stands right now. Bonecrusher is great. Cool. That was fantastic. And so now you're about to see the power of Mantle the Wolf. They don't have a 1 mana 4 damage spell to this green source here. So we just get an 8/8 Trampler. Not a big deal. So now if they want to block with Bonecrusher Giant, cute. Well, it doesn't trample. That's my mistake there. But basically, this is like a big wall that's going to force them to have so many answers really quick here. Torbran, pretty good. No blocks if they swing. I'm not risking that last card there. Goodbye. Swinging for 8. Good game, friendo. I'm just gonna hold up Red Cat Melee if we had to, but we didn't have to there. Good game 1 with Gruul, getting the win. Mantle the Wolf, showing why it's a good card. Let's go ahead and play another. Alright, game number 2 here is against Revan. Revving that engine up. Yeah. We'll take the play this time. Alright. We are relying to draw more lands here, but the temple can kind of help us find that. Full art temple, by the way. I spent the 500 gems on it like a scrub. We'll keep this because we can still stomp something on 2 here. And otherwise, it's a great hand if we draw some lands, which we find there, so that's looking pretty good. We'll see if we can draw that mystical 4th land that we always read about. Don't like seeing that right now, but we can still stomp face into turn. Bant. Let's go ahead and stomp them. Cool. So for here, on 3, I think I just want to get this this Annex down. If they Teferi bounce it, frustrating, but then we just Spellbreaker, or we just Questing Beast and kill the Teferi, which is good. Ooh. Ooh boy. I assume they probably have... What do we want to do here? We want to Questing... I think I want to hold the Questing Beast, actually. Let's go and play the Pelt Collector. I don't think they have any counters. Let's haste this out. Swing 6. We were swinging 6 either way. This gives us one more body on the field, so they do have a Teferi. We can still have 2 creatures here, and if they board wipe us, we're getting 3 creatures. Crisis for 2 ain't gonna do it. So here, can we still... Nope, can't do that. Let's just swing. I believe the cleave. I don't know about you. I believe in the cleave. Annex that thing up and swing 13. Sorry for my math. Let's swing 15. Good game 1 with Gruul. Let's go sideboard. So I'm assuming this is Bant Midrange of some sort. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to know what to sideboard against. We didn't really see a lot. I'm going to bring Claim the First one in because if they play Nissa lands or Hydroid Crisis, that's actually good against them. Mystic Repeal is probably okay. I'll put 2 in here, just not kind of going in the dark. Ceratops, I would imagine, is decent here too. This is a matchup where I don't think Mantle Wolf is good. The sizing won't matter that much, and I think it's a little bit too slow on the draw. Cut down 1 Embercleave just because Teferi, if they play that, makes it kind of wonky. The Domri's Ambush don't seem very good because I don't know what creatures they play. And then we need to cut 1 more thing. Probably just a Bonecrusher Giant, right? Let's go with this. So game 2 here against Revan. Revan/Revan. Now we're even. Solid opener. Still kind of unsure what we're playing against here. That was also that was a snap keep and a half by them, so that's a little scary. We'll go ahead, play this Mystic Repeal just in case they have something that we want to bounce. Can't imagine we'd want to bounce anything here. Paradise Druid. I'm going to... I'm just going to do this and offer trade. They don't want to trade. Fine by me. Okay. And it's funny because, like, I feel like Zertog Goblin doesn't get the respect it deserves. I'm looking at you, Will. True TV. I think I don't know, Robert the Rich sometimes doesn't seem as scary. We missed a land, by the way. Can't play this game without missing lands, apparently. Let's go ahead and haste this out. Dude, if they want to keep trading these, though, I'm cool with that. But I feel like people want to get rid of Robert the Rich, and in this case, like, if you look, I'm not close to triggering the thing. So there's Euro. This is going to be rough just because we're missing the lands, but God, we got a great hand. Otherwise, we're going to need to draw some lands. Untapped lands, preferably. Okay, we'll take that. Let's go ahead, once again, haste those Zerta out. Maybe they were blocking just to fill that graveyard up. Got them down to 19 with the Zerta. It's Nissa! Whee! Brutal. So here, we're going to Questing Beast. I wanted to Domri this last turn, but, missing lands and such. And this is a pretty big example. Like, if we not miss that land drop there, much different shape than we were beforehand. So let's go to attack, swing at their face, see if they want to block. They probably won't. If they do, that's fine. They probably, it looks like they may have an Aether Gust here. What's their graveyard at? We'll put it on top because it's some card we want to see, but we're not in a good position now. We just missed those lands too early on, even on the draw, couldn't hit them. They don't have the mana to Euro us yet. And the good news is if we can draw a Claim the Firstborn at some point here to take a big crisis, which I'm assuming they're going to have at some point, that can maybe help us steal a game as well. Okay. 4/4 crisis. This is fine. So we're swinging 6. Yeah, it's like, because now they can just easily block with the crisis. Yeah, let's just, we're dead here. They had I mean, that wasn't even a great start by them, honestly. We just really struggled there. So seeing what we've seen now, on the play, we probably, well, Domri's still a little awkward too. I think we kind of just keep it. We'll take out the repeals. It didn't seem like it's that kind of matchup. Put an Embercleave back in, and I guess a Stomp. Otherwise, let's roll this out and hope we can actually hit lands. Story of our life, right? So game 3 here against Revan. Let's see if we can not get stuck. Get me on the play, which is good. Let's get one of those fast starts. This is not a crazy fast start, but we still get turn 2 Goblin, turn 3 things. I think we will keep that just so we have another green source for a Questing Beast if we get one. So play this Zerta, and I'm actually just going to put 1/1 counter on this for now because it can attack through a Paradise Druid if they have it, and can also block the Nissa lands, which I guess is more important. Here, we're going to Domri. Domri's a decent draw. Let's go ahead, swing in first. Swing for 4. We'll just add some mana here. Pass the turn. We'll have 5 mana available next turn, so we can, they're going to Gross Pile here. We can Annex and then Stomp. We could also just haste out as Zerta, swing 7 on them, but don't think it's too important right now. See what the turn 4 play is. Hoping they just play like a 2/2 Crisis here. Would be really nice. Devout Decree. No. It's fine. We got more where that came from. I would rather that get exiled than my Annex. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's start off. I want this to resolve first. Annex coming down. It still may get, if it gets Aether Gusted, we probably just say goodbye to it because it's a little bit slow at that point. So we'll decline that. Guess we just swing 3 here. Frustrating. But we got enough loyalty on this Domri where if they play a Nissa here, it doesn't kill it. Aether Gust is such a good card, and so being able to hit everything we play, brutal. How about they miss a land for once? Okay. That's a little aggravating. I'm sure they'll block here. If they don't, I'll be surprised. So let's try to stomp their face. Play a Bonecrusher. They got another Aether Gust. Not yet, it seems. Gross Barrel. Throw that land down, son. Let's see what they got. They got 3 cards left in hand. I would personally like to see a top deck. Well, that's not what I wanted to see, but I meant top deck Embercleave, but now it's not as good. Yikes. Let's go ahead and stomp them again. Do this, play this, and pass turn. I feel like that last card they had was a land. Oof. So they can exile our Bonecrusher. They can get back... They can't get back much of anything here, so that's good at least. Questing Beast is a fantastic draw. Hopefully that last card isn't Aether Gust. It's an Aether Gust, isn't it? You son of a bitch! Alright, let's hope they just don't draw the gas here. If you got something, you're going to play it, friend do. Looks like a Euro from their math. Paradise Druid, okay. We can deal with Paradise Druid. So let's see what's in the graveyard. They can get back Paradise Druid. So they've got a top deck and answer here, or they're done. Well, actually, that's not technically true because the Paradise Druid gets +1, or the +1/+1 counter. God, can you draw any better? Okay, we're still alive with a lot of stuff here, though. Klothys could be it. Let's go ahead and play this. So they have to... I don't want to lose this Questing Beast, that's for sure. So I think I'm just going to use this to fight. Then we just pass the turns, so that way any draw that we get is going to make Klothys live. This is also going to do 2 ping into him a turn. They finally didn't draw something, which is fantastic. Domri's at 7 loyalty, which is nice for us. We just need anything that can get on the battlefield here, basically, and we'll be feeling real good about ourselves. But oh man, Mantle the Wolf, or... Well, I think we took Mantle out. Embercleave would be great. Claim the Firstborn works too. So let's take out that. Elspeth Conquers Death, I guess. Don't really matter. Let's take that Nissaland. That way they got a double chump here. Okay. Now they gotta draw something to either gain life or kill us. Did they draw the answer to win? Highly doubtful. I don't know what they do. I mean, Hydroid Krasis would be the one draw that gets them out of this. If they top deck a Krasis, I'll be a little angry. Okay. They could have also got Elspeth Conquers Death to exile the Klothys. Did they seriously top deck it? Yeah, I think we still take that. They're so lucky. They've had multiple times in these games where they've just like drew the greatest answer they could. So let's minus down on you. Play Klothys down again. Yeah, just pass the turn. They can ultimate Nissa now, but it's still if they don't gain life or have a way to get this, then they should be done. Let's see if they drew it yet again. Okay. They drew out a lethal on a good amount of spots there, so that felt pretty unlucky on end, but we still get there. Again, we get to draw lands, play Magic. This deck's pretty good. Let's go ahead and play one more game, see if we can't finish it out 3-0. But if not, hey, 2-1 ain't too bad. Let's go. All right, last game of the day here is against Jam 1024. Let's see if we can jam some Gruul beats on them. We'll be on the draw this time. Opening hand. Ooh, it took a little while to load up there. All right, we'll take this. Turn 1 Temple, turn 2, depending on what we play here, these. They're mulliganing, so it looks like our Robber the Rich isn't going to do as much. And this is where Robber the Rich is just a 2-2 with haste and reach. Why this has reach, I couldn't tell you. But sometimes it's still, that's just worth it sometimes. Probably a great draw there. We'll take, I don't think we need more. We got 4 lands, that's pretty much the threshold. This mono red. From the sleeves in that land, that looks like mono red to me. Let's see. Castle Embranth, yeah, that's a... Well, if that's the case, we'll just play us a big, thick Zertog Goblin. Very slow mono red hand, which is kind of scary, because that means they probably got some big stompers. They had to have just drawn that, right? Here, I'm just going to stomp it now and get to attacking. Klothys, I think we do want. So let's swing in. Give them the opportunity to trump block. And then let's just kill it. Oh, it's dead. Great game 1. This is I feel like mono red's probably a pretty good matchup for us anyways with Gruul. So claim the firstborns come in, Red Cat Melee comes in, Lava Cool comes in. We probably want some Thrash and Brontodon for that, but as far as what we take out here, we'll take out 1 Embercleave, 4 Robber on the draw, and the Pelt Collector probably. Was there like one more thing we maybe wanted to leave in here? I guess the Embercleave over the Pelt Collector. I can't imagine that one of Pelt Collector is going to be that useful. Let's go with this. Game 2 against Jam 1024. Let's see if we can't beat them again. On the draw again. Something, something, something ever been. I can't wait to be on the draw again. Very keepable hand. Bonecrusher is just so much better in like a Gruul list, I feel, than it is a mono red list. I mean, it's good mono red too, but a lot of times, like, you know, it just feels kind of weird. And being able to just don't take that card. Well, I was going to actually play a 3/3 Zertog Goblin, but that changes things, doesn't it? So we'll just hope stomp. Stomp, stomp, stomp it up. So, let's just not think about this for now. Let's just kill this for now. If we're playing that, I imagine they don't have anything else to do this turn. Oof. So, I guess the question is, we play Anarch, we play Bronte. The quicker, picker, quicker, upper, Bronte. Look at that butt, that thick butt. Butt ain't thick enough. Put my name Bonecrusher off the top so we can stomp. Let's go. So, let's play our land out first, just in case it wants to tap it funky. A little bit of you. Follow it up with a little bit of you. They're probably dead here. They're just missing too many lands at this point. This hasn't really got to be a game, and I kind of feel bad for them. But they're mono red, and they kept pretty greedy hands from the looks of it here. So, oh, both games not having a 1-drop too. It's like, if that's what you're keeping, I feel like you're doing it wrong. Robber the Rich, okay. Fervent champion. Dude, when you're running kind of hot, you're running kind of hot. Let's go ahead. While they're tapped out and have nothing else to do, let's go do this again. Let's go to attacks now. Let's get the bone father. We will not be blocking this Fervent Champion. It can do what it wants. The 3 mana light at the stage. The tried and true play of the century. Klothys. So let's start off Temple of Abandon. We'll take a Domri all day too. Fighting there, not too shabby. I think we just play. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, so we only play one thing. So I think we actually just want to play this. That way, even if we block, we get 2 tokens from it. Do I just want to beat him down? I guess so. So hey, real quick, 3 pretty, I won't say easy games, but they felt nice, and we're up to Plat 2 now. The grind in Platinum has been really, really good so far. Like, I've said it time and time again, and it always feels like kind of weird, but I just don't get to play a whole bunch to really grind up fast on the ladder. But it seems like when I get to Platinum, it goes a lot easier than Gold does for some reason. But get to Plat 2, Gruul Aggro. I like this list a lot. We didn't get to showcase Mantle the Wolf too much there, but in that first game it looked pretty impressive, and I think showed why it's in the deck. So let's take a look at it one more time. Gruul Aggro. So the 3 Embercleave, I feel like that's enough to find it pretty regularly. I don't feel like there were too many times where we were stuck with like 2 in hand like we do have from their 4, so I think that's fine. The Robber, kind of meh in these matchups, but the reason I took the Golly of the Endless Dance out, which I've talked to a few people about this, and Golly might come back in at some point, but there's so many times with Golly where you just don't want to discard your Embercleave, and when you don't discard that, it makes that tail so obvious that it doesn't work. And I know there's situations where you can draw into an Embercleave or you can draw into gas, and it is great there. But I think this Robber has a much more higher chance of triggering and being actually something you want to see, so we went with that instead. The Annex here, while it does take away from some of her explosiveness with her hasty creatures, just giving you more resilience in the deck, being able to like block without much fear because you're going to leave some attackers behind, pretty good. And finally, Mantle the Wolf. We only got to see it that one game, I think. But, no, we saw it twice, I think, on Questing Beat both times. Turns out an A8 Vigilance Trample Death Touch is not too bad. That's all we got, though. Hope you all enjoy. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. There'll be more to come, I'm sure. Gruul Smash. Not Gruul. Then die! That was cool, right? That was kind of cool. See you next time.